Hello and welcome to episode number 3 of the ACL to Ironman. And today we have done some leg exercises as per usual, focused on quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves, also did some running on the spot. Now I've been trying to focus 3 times a week on my strength, twice a week cycling, and yeah, I'll talk to you a bit more about the cycling in this episode today, because cycling obviously is going to be one of the big factors of the Ironman. I'll be doing about 90 kilometers cycle, and you know, the maximum I've ever done is 40 miles. So you know, compare that to the 55 mile that we have to cycle. That's going to be quite difficult. So yeah, just building up the strength, building up the ability. Pretty good session. And this is the current physique. Right leg quite similar to left leg, and you know, we are improving and getting better and getting stronger. Cycling is a sport that is entertained throughout the world. When we were kids, all we needed in our lives was a bicycle. You couldn't beat the feeling of freedom every time we got when we cycled around the block on our bikes. With time, we became more experienced with our cycling, and it wasn't just a fun activity, it became part of our daily routine. Now, after I had my ACL surgery, I've realised how much cycling is important for our knees, our legs, and our whole well-being. In comparison with other exercises, cycling is a relatively knee-friendly activity that can help to improve knee joint mobility and stability. The bicycle has a number of features that make it a particularly good tool for knee rehabilitation. Some of these include non-weight bearing, is a low impact sport, it's a controlled movement with a variable resistance, the bike is in a stable position, it's a closed kinetic chain exercise, and it helps build cardiovascular aerobic exercise. For ACL rehab, the benefits of cycling include increase in knee joint range of movement, increase in knee joint stability, increase the strength of muscles around the knee, also decrease and eliminate pain. Approximately about 5 or 6 miles. Now, current conditions, extremely cold. Hands are very cold. I've got some gloves at home, so I'm going to put them on next time I cycle. But I do like cycling in Sheffield. There are 7 hills the city is based on, so there's ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. Now, you know, that can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. Like, the good thing about, you know, training for the Ironman is that we need to be tackling all kinds of activities. So whether that's uphill, downhill, we need to be tackling them all. But for an ACL recon standpoint, ideally we'd like to be cycling on flat ground. We don't want to putting too much pressure on the joint or on the ligament. So yeah, best thing to do, keep it on flat ground, try and hit an RP of about 5 or 6, and yeah, we'll carry on and continue cycling. Now, as I sit down over here with my bike, I'm just going to explain to you some of the benefits of cycling post ACL recon. Now, firstly, it helps with the flexion and extension. When you're cycling, you really are flexing, you're forcing your knee to close, as well as that you're really forcing the extension. You know, ideal when you're cycling and you're post rehab. As soon as you start, in the first few weeks, the main focus is to build the extension and build the flexion. That's the main focus. Secondly, it can build your cardiovascular endurance, especially for this long cycle. We need to be practicing longer distances as much as we can without putting any pressure on the graft. Now this would be perfect when you're cycling on flat grounds. If you're going uphill, it'll be a bit harder, but we'll be focusing that a bit later on when my knee strengthens up, and also when the graft strengthens up as well. As well as this helps pump blood around the body, helps circulate the system, ideal for rehab. And what do I eat before I cycle? Now it depends on the duration of the cycle. I could have a banana and some water. I also like to have some multivitamins, and if it's a longer cycle, then I'll have some carbs. So it could be some porridge, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 1 hour before my cycle, or it could even be like a little nutrition bar as well. But yeah, I try and keep it nice and light, so I don't actually have a lot of food in my stomach when I'm cycling. And yeah, apart from that, just a lot of water, a lot of hydration. Let me talk to you about the bike. So today we've got the Doors Discovery 601 aluminium frame. As you can see, it's more of a hybrid bike. I changed the tires on these to give it more of a racing style. It's a bit of a heavier bike because it's hybrid. You've got multiple gears, so when you're going uphill, when you're going downhill, it's easy for us to manage. Throughout the week, I will be performing 3 strength leg sessions a week. These will be focusing on quads, hamstrings, calves, and glutes. As well as that, I'll be performing some plyometric exercises, which you can see demonstrated here. Rehab is for sure my favorite part of the day. It's the time where it's just me alone, putting in the work to get better, to get stronger. I'm not motivated, I'm disciplined. Albeit repetitive, I feel like I'm improving with every single session. I have such a long way to go, but I'm remaining patient and enjoying the rehab ride. Here you can see that I'm performing a single leg to stand, single leg RDL, calf raises, the half Cossack squat, the goblet squat, as well as skipping, as well as a 2-inch run in the same place. I have about 213 days until my IronMAN 70.3. Am I ready? Hell no. Am I going to smash it? Hell yes. Adapting my training, remaining consistent, and thinking positively will help me achieve my goal. If you want it bad enough, you'll put in the work. No questions, no excuses. On to the next.